Guys, my name is Michael and welcome to a new GTK tutorial. Today we are going to move on with our signals and we are going to learn a new function. But until then, as you already know, we learn a lot of functions and we learn a lot of things about these functions and so on. And now I'm going to introduce you something different, and the function which I'm going to introduce you today, it is called GTK Connect closure. And the function, it is a function which returns a GU long, which means it's the handle ID always greater than 0, which means you get the handle ID as well here, like all other GTK Connect functions, and says connects a closure to a signal for a particular object. The instance is the instance to connect to. The signal, the detail signal is a string of the form of signal name detail. The closure is the closure to connect to, and of course after whether the handler should be called before or after the default handler of the signal. About this you should already know about the GTK Connect after. If you don't, just go back and watch in my playlist the video where I introduced you the GTK Connect after. Okay, about the G closer, we are not going to talk too much now, but I want to introduce you just a little bit that you understand. Closure means functions as first class objects. So in other words, if you scroll down right here, it says a G closer represents a callback supplied by the programmer. It will generally compromise a function of some kind of and Marshall used to call it, and so on. We are not going to talk too much about this because I want to introduce you only the function, but you will understand it, and probably when I'm going to create a G closer playlist, we are going to understand it better. So I'm going to close it. At this point, what do we have? I have a program, nothing special, as you see, a window and a button. We put basically the button inside the window, and then I call GTK Connect and GTK Connect swap on the delete event and the destroy event and so on. And the button which we put it inside the window with the help of GTK container add. Now if I compile it and run it and I click the button, nothing happens and you can close the window. Now let me call that function for you, and the function, let me call it, okay, and the first instance which we are going to use in this example, I'm going to use the button. And of course the next thing which we need a detail signal, which will be the clicked right now, and then we need a closure, and the last one G boolean after. Now I'm going to say false. Okay, now let us create a closure which we need. So G closure, let's say closure. And now I'm going to create a closure. Don't worry if you don't understand too much right now, because you will understand it later when we are going to work with this one. Okay, so GCC closure new swap. I don't know how you exactly spell it. Okay, the G callback. Here I'm going to say clicked callback, and now the next thing, the user data, it will be, let's say, G string dop G string, not days together, string dop, sorry. And here I'm going to say you clicked the button. Anyway, it is clicked the button. And of course the last one, the destroy data, I'm going to say free data. Now I have to create this callback, and of course this one, of course this one as well. So let me create first the clicked callback, not clocked, static void clicked callback, and here inside we are going to need a G pointer user data. Now I'm going to say G char message, and here we are going to point it to our data. So G char data or user data, Next thing, we are going to print the message. So the message is %s, wherever it will be. Anyway, the message should be, of course, you click the button. And now the next thing, we need to create a free data, which is very important. Static, okay, I destroyed a little bit the function. Static void free data, and here I need a g pointer data, and of course the g closer, let's say close, and I'm not using the closure right now. Instead I'm going to call g free to free the data after we work with. So now let's see, we do have the clicked callback, we have the free data. Okay, so we create a closure, the closure which I just created myself. It is g closure swept, which means I'm working with a string, and once that string basically you close the window, the free data should be called. And now we are connecting this closure with the button when the signal clicked happens. Let's see, let me compile it and run it. Okay, I do have here, yeah, I forgot to print the message, so we need to print it. Let me compile it and run it again. And now if I click the button, says the message is you click the button, which is fine. And now I'm going to close the window, which should call the free data, and something went wrong. Let's see, because I'm not actually printing something, which is wrong. We need to print something. The data gets free, whatever. Choose what you want, it's not important. Okay, let me format it, and now I'm going to compile it and run it again. When you click the button, says the message is you click the button, and when you hit X, the data gets free. And of course it's getting free because we are freeing with the help of gfree. So basically this is how the GTK Connect closure work. It is quite interesting, but it is a way about how you can work with. It is, I know it is really complicated, but with the time you get used. Let's say GTK main quit right here, and here I'm going to say destroy callback. If we create another callback, call it destroy. I'm going to remove all these things right here, and I'm going to say static void destroy callback. Here I'm going to say GTK widget window. We need a pointer, window, g return if fail GTK is window, should make this check for us, window. And now g print, let's say goodbye. And GTK main quit. Oh no, I'm not going, I don't need to call it because we already called the GTK main quit right here. Let me compile it and run it and see what happens. Segmentation fault, yes, because I'm connecting the closure with the clicker button, and the closure which I just created here basically, yes, sorry, my bad. Let me call this GTK main quit and passing the window. Here we have also something, a parenthesis, and now the destroy callback, we don't need it anymore. I'm not even know why I did create that function. And now if I hit the button, the program terminates. As you can see, this is another way about how you create a new closure, but that's not important right now. Important is that you know how you can connect the closure to the instance or to the object, the way how here the manual says connects a closure to a signal for a particular object. So you connect basically, because I didn't explain well, so I need to read again for you and you yourself. It's connecting a closure to a signal for a particular object. So in this case we are connecting basically this closure with the clicker signal for the button. Or let me go a little back to recreate everything, so I need to make some undos here, which is going to work in a second. And now one more, and now here, for example, we basically creating a new closer, and the clicker callback, in the clicker call we are passing, you click the button message, which we are duplicated, or better say we are creating on the heap, and of course we are freeing once that is done. And this happens when we basically connect with the GTK connect closure, the closer with this signal for this object, which is the button, and then the clicker callback will be called once that you click the button, and when you close the window your data it's going to get free. So basically something like this, and now when I hit X it should say the data gets free. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.